Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be recapping my FTMO challenge that I have just started last week on Monday, and we will go through my trades that I've taken and where I have ended up for the week. I know this might come to you as a surprise, and I was supposed to let you guys know that I was going to do the challenge, but it was a rush decision on Sunday night that I thought I might as well go and do it. And then I thought I'd just surprise you guys with a new video where you guys see that I have started the FTMO challenge, and then you can be a part of my journey going forward. So week one's done, but just before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe and smash that like button for more content like this. As you can see from my screen, we have my FTMO dashboard up at the moment for this challenge, and we can see that I am indeed negative. So let's break down these trades then. So I've taken quite a few trades. It says 8 trades. They're not actually 8 trades. I took around 3 or 4 I think in total. Is because the risk management tool I use, which is Magic Keys, in when you close half positions and stuff like that, it counts it as full trades, which does mess up with the win rate and profit factor, all of those metrics. But that's fine, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is how profitable you are, and if you can stay positive during this challenge, and if you pass the challenge. So as we can see, I haven't violated any of my daily losses, and I don't think I will be, because the way I'm risking my trades, I'm not losing much, and I'm hopefully going to be winning more going forward. This week was very slow. I think the main reason behind why it was slow is because of the FOMC minutes and the fact that I trade GBP JPY, which is, obviously the JPY is affected by the US dollar and US dollars news. Yeah, so I think this week was a very choppy week. It's been a very hard week in general. I think there was probably only one trade that I could have taken, and even that was not like a 70% confident trade for me to take. But sometimes we get weeks like this. You've seen it before in my previous videos. I've shown you weeks where there's only about 2 or 3 trades, or 2 days that I've taken a trade on, and the rest there was just nothing. And that's what happens with this style of trading. Moving on then, so let's have a look. So we can see that I am down £811.14. Now my video title is titled 100k USD, but because I live in the UK, I have opted for the 70k GBP challenge because it makes more sense to me, and it avoids the conversion if and when I get funded. Now maximum loss is 1,336.27. I'm not sure how that's calculated for what I've done. I haven't really lost that, but I think it takes into account the equity as well, and that's all that I've lost in the end, so that's fine. I'm happy with that. That's cool. And the maximum daily loss is 698.15, which is fine as well. Nowhere near the 3,500, and obviously this is nowhere near the 7,000 as well, which is cool. I've only traded 2 days, as you can see, and I need to get those numbers up, and I've only got about 3 more weeks left on the challenge. So what I'm aiming to do is, if I don't pass the challenge this time round within this month, then as long as I can get my challenge back positive, so I get a free repeat. And yeah, so that's what we have here. Okay, so now we can see my journal, and we can see that I've only taken 2 trades. So they were both buy trades on GBP JPY on the 15th. 16th I didn't get anything. Then I looked at 17th, and I was able to get a trade on the 17th, which also net me in a small loss. Now let's break down these trades so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So let's look at the trade on the 15th. So on the 15th we came to the London session, and we came to a very rangy consolidation market. Now this trade was mainly my mistake, because what happened was this candle here opened and then closed like this, and it broke above all these candles here, and then I took the trade, and then it didn't win. And then I managed my risk correctly, and I was fine, because this candle came down and then it took me out, not at my full position. It took me out about 50%, and then it just ranged, and it came, and then it took me out about a pip more than what I lost last time, so about 6 pips, which was fine. But I was happy with that because I managed my risk correctly and I lost barely anything. And then I took a trade over here where this candle was once bullish, if you can picture it in your head. It broke this high, and I thought, right, yep, we must be moving up now. Price came back down. And once it did that, I managed my risk again around 5 pips. I think 5 pips I probably lost, and I was out of the trade, and I was happy with that. Now, what I failed to spot in terms of market structure was this. So we had price comes, makes a high, comes down. Price comes and breaks this high. So if this was a resistance level, it broke it, but then it faked out. It did it again as well. And now price came, and I should have seen this beforehand. So sometimes price action could be like this. It can give you hints as to what it could possibly do. And not only did it do it this time, it did it again as well before price pushed downwards. And so this was a bit of a weird thing for me. I haven't seen this before, but I have noted it, and next time there's something like this happens, I know not to take a trade unless we get a proper break, retest, and then hopefully a continuation type trade. So that was something that I saw that was pretty unusual, but it was good to learn this, because you know, next time this happens, we won't make the same mistake twice. Now that was it for the 15th. So I think on the 15th in total I only lost around 0.32%. And if we move on to on the 17th, we can see a different type of trade. So now this trade was mainly a FOMO type trade. Maybe because I took a loss beforehand the previous day, and I was like, right, you know, I need to get my account back up. And so let me show you what happened. So price pushed up, and to be fair, my entry should have been around here. Now this is where the FOMO came into it for me. I should have entered here, but I think I was busy doing something, and I wasn't able to get this trade at 6 to 6:30 close, right? So then price continues upwards, and it closes like this. Big, strong, bullish candle. Now, I was expecting price to continue downwards, right? But it didn't. The 15-minute closed bullish, and then the next 15-minute started to move bullish as well. And I saw an opportunity where the price could have broken its own high, and I would have taken an entry, and it did that. And I entered here. We can see price pushed up and then came back down and closed like that. And as the price was coming back down, I exited my trade because I expected price to continue upwards, but it didn't, and so you know, that trade didn't work out well for me. Then about half an hour later, I think, in this candle here, we get a 15-minute bearish close. Now this is what I was waiting for, and this is what I should have waited for my first trade, but I didn't because of impatience reasons. And I waited for the 15-minute candle, closed bearish, and then I knew that if price broke that high during the time frame, which was within momentum, so I knew volume would be in the market at that time, I took the trade and price pushed upwards. So I can show you that better on the 15-minute time frame for this day. So we can see here, there's the bearish candle, price breaks the high, stops just below, and price continued up, and it hit my target. I think this went for a total of about 15 pips, but what I did was, there was areas of concern around here. For example, this wick here, so I did close percentages on my position. That's why I didn't end up net positive for that day. It really does show you that, you know, making one bad decision for a day. So I give myself 2 trades a day, and the first trade was a really bad decision, a really bad trade, and that cost me in my second trade because I had to be extra careful as well. So that's it for my week. So week 1, I am down, I think, minus 1.15%. It says minus 0.93% here, but it doesn't really factor in commissions that you have to pay. So yeah, I'm down minus 1.15% for the week 1. Hopefully we can go into week 2 and we can bring it back positive and hopefully get a nice week. As we can see, the second week of March was about 4% week for me, and the first week was a bit of a slow week, about 1.1%. But we're actually down around minus 1.15% so far. So that's pretty good. Going forward, I am going to be looking for more confirmations in my trades. I don't want to be taking trades how I did last week, where I was forcing trades. Rather wait for trades to come to me, and that should hopefully push me back positive and then push me towards that 7k target that I need to reach to pass the challenge. Then we can move on to verification. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Please make sure to subscribe and give this video a like, as I will be releasing videos hopefully maybe midweek next week if I get a really good trade on my FTMO account, or if there's any new updates that I want to share with you, I will release it next week. Otherwise, you can expect a new video next week around Saturday time, where I detail how my week went for week 2 of my FTMO challenge. So again, like and subscribe and click on that post notification icon to be notified for when I next release my video. So that's it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.